Hey, this is Jeremy from Shine Insurance, and today we're going to make real simple work of a homeowner's claims. We're going to break it down into 5 steps that you can easily understand so you have a sense of how homeowners claims work, whether you are involved in one right now or you just want to be prepared for one in the future. We're going to use this infographic. I'm going to explain it and go through it. If you want to download a PDF, I have that right below the video, as well as a link right here in the video that you can click and keep the PDF for the future. So it starts out with something bad happening to your home. Maybe that's your water heater pipe bursts and floods your kitchen floor. Maybe that's a fire that started because you were deep frying turkey and it overflowed and had a fire. Whatever the claim situation is, you have damage to your house. The first thing you want to do is call emergency services and stop the damage. So maybe that's 911. If your house is on fire, obviously you want to call 911. You want to get the fire department out there as quickly as possible. If it's not emergency services like 911, then you may just need to turn the main water valve off on your house. And think right now, if you know where that is, and if you don't, you definitely need to find it. Because when you turn that main water valve off, the water stops pouring out of whatever the situation is, and no more damage happens. You may also want to call a remediation specialist. These are people that come out. They'll usually come out 24 hours a day, and they are going to immediately begin to assess and deal with the damage that has happened to your house. If that's water damage, they're going to start putting fans in and dehumidifiers and all things like that. So once the imminent danger is past, you want to stop the damage, and it may be time to call a remediation specialist who will come in and start to stop the damage. The next step is that you want to start an insurance claim. So you want to tell your insurance company that this has happened. That means calling your insurance company or calling your insurance agent and explaining the situation to them. And they're going to ask you some questions, give you a claim number, and get the process started on their side of dealing with the claim. So step 2, start an insurance claim. Step 3 is you need to start fixing the damage, right? And so you're going to hire contractors to fix this damage. Now, oftentimes the remediation specialist that you called at the very beginning is also a general contractor who can continue through the process and fix all of the damage from beginning to end. So you may decide to continue working with your remediation folks through the process. Or you may decide that you have roof damage and you want to call a roofing specialist, or you have plumbing damage and you want to call plumbers, or you want to call just a general contractor who is going to come in and help you to fix the house. Obviously, if your house is completely destroyed, then you're going to hire a general contractor for sure who's going to go through the process of rebuilding this house for you. So the contractors are really the biggest part of the process because they're the ones that are going to be fixing it. You know, I think the key point in this video is that your insurance company is not going to fix your house. They're not going to come in and nail nails and put down floors and put in a new roof and paint the walls. Those are contractors that are local to your area. The insurance company supplies the money. They're going to be paying for that, the contractors coming in. So step 3 is you're going to need to hire the contractors to fix the damage. So step 1, you stopped everything. Step 2, you called your insurance company. Step 3, you've hired contractors. Step 4, you got to pay those contractors, right? And so that's where the insurance company comes in. Since you started the claim, hopefully the folks from the insurance company have come out, told you exactly how the process works, began communicating with your contractors. That's super important, that both sides are communicating with each other and eventually come to terms on what the cost of fixing your home will be. Oftentimes, the insurance company is going to write you a check. They're not going to write the check directly to the contractor, and they'll write that check minus the deductible. So if you have a $1,000 deductible, which is super common on homeowners policies, then they're going to write a check for the cost of fixing your house minus your deductible. Now, there's all sorts of other variables that come in here, and I'm really, really simplifying it. But the basic concept is the insurance company is going to pay. They're going to write you a check, and then you in turn are going to pay the contractors for fixing the damage. And of course, that means that at that point you can move on with your life. The damage has been fixed, the issue is resolved, and everybody moves on with their lives. So that is step 5, move on with your life. Notice in the middle there, I have you, and obviously you're in the middle of the situation. But if you're with an insurance company that is, one of these big direct insurance companies, then you really are the one navigating it. You're going to have to be communicating with the insurance company. You're going to have to be communicating with the contractors. And this is the point where I really point out one of, I think, the most important reasons to consider having an independent insurance agent. Because through this process, when you call your independent insurance agent, they're going to help make sure that the damage is stopped at the very beginning. They can help you make sure that you've turned in your claim to your insurance company. They can advocate some contractors in town. They work with tons of them, so they're going to know who the best contractors are to work with. They're going to make sure that you get the most money from your insurance company and the money you deserve, ultimately. And finally, they can help you to make sure that the work is done. So they can help you with all the stuff going on. And other insurance companies, when you go directly to the insurance company, you don't have an advocate, a person who's working for you through the claims process. And to me, that's the most important thing, because in the end, they are going to help you to make sure that you end up completely finished, satisfied with the process. Look, no one likes claims. No one likes to experience bad things happening to their house. But when you're done with it, when you're through it, you certainly want to feel like it went well. And having an independent insurance agent who is helping you walk through it is a super big deal, in my opinion. All right. So let's just go through the 5 steps real quickly again. You're going to call emergency services and stop damage. You're going to start the insurance claim. You're going to hire contractors to fix the damage. Ultimately, you will pay those contractors. And finally, you're going to move on with your life, having completed the experience and succeeded, hopefully, in making it as good of an experience as it possibly can be for, having a bad thing happen to your house. Okay, that was it. If you're interested in some other Shine videos, we got a great new home buyer's guide. If you're going out and buying a new house for the first time, or if it's just been a little bit since the last time you bought a house, we really walk you through the process. If you've never really understood term life insurance, real simple explanation, very similar to this one, just really quick surface explanation. And finally, if you're just looking for funny, check out our riding lawnmowers fails video. People not doing very smart things with their riding lawnmowers. What's next? As always, the last step in this video is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We try and put out great content for you, information that's easy to understand and quick, not bogging you down in too many of the details of the situation, but really giving you a simple overview of how things work. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, please do share it in your social world. Good information is only great if it's shared with others. If you got something from this video and felt like you walked away a little bit smarter, go ahead and just pop it out on your Facebook page or your Instagram feed, whatever it is that you do, and let other people know about this video. So hope you learned a little bit. I certainly enjoyed sharing this information with you. Have a wonderful day.